In today's video, the number one problem in my life that I need to solve and the singular goal that achieving will get me on the right track to solving that problem. Let's go. Yo, here at Liberty Park in Salt Lake City. A little update here. Just went for a nice little walk in Trolley Square, just exploring, wandering. Brings me back to, I don't know. I just like wandering and exploring with no objective. Just going into shops, looking at menus, looking at magazines that are on the stands, just like. And then I walked outside and I was like, oh look, there's a Italian restaurant across the street. I'm gonna go there. And so I walked in, and it's this like crazy building where you like walk in, but it has this like open corridor that goes all the way around with like the whole roof is glass. So all this natural light and these like lights being strung across. It was weird. None of that. It was like all commercial properties, just like office spaces, and then this one Italian restaurant. So kind of weird, but cool. And yeah, feeling decent. About to have some dinner. Um, but something interesting came out of my uh, journaling, I guess you would call it, this morning. I'm going through the action items from Goals by Brian Tracy. And I don't, it was some accumulation of questions and ideas and thoughts, but what would you call it? The catalyst question was to create a list of the top 10 goals that you want to achieve in the next year, and then pick one and work every day to achieve it. And yeah, it was some combination of questions. But the first thing that came to mind, the first goal that I wrote down was make $1 via the internet. And the rest were, kind of interesting, kind of like, oh yeah, this would be nice the next year, or, whatever, maybe this is not achievable. But that kind of spun off into this thread where I think right now my biggest goal is solving my financial problems, because I guess how I see it is, a big thing that I keep coming back to that feels fairly core to my life is fulfillment, meaning, impact, helping others achieve their dreams, personal growth, all that good stuff. But as I was thinking about it, I was like, I'm going to have the rest of my life for this. Granted, I don't get hit by a bus. Uh, and if I do, it's been a good run, Um, but I like, I'm 24, almost 25. I have the next 75 years of my life to grow as an individual, become a better person, help others solve their problems, and create an impact and legacy and all that good stuff. I have the rest of my life for this. And so I don't necessarily need to be in a rush to create that. Whereas if I can solve my money problems and create sustainability there, then I am I'm free to work on the other pressing problems in my life, the achieving my purpose and the things that money doesn't solve. And I just thought it was interesting. Like, I feel like the rest of my life is fairly not set in, not solved, but like I feel fortunate and grateful that most of my life is like in a good spot, you know? And so it's just like I just need to fix the money situation so I can either hit my target number lump sum, or I get to a place where I'm making enough monthly cash that I'm set. So I think when you break that down, it's nice to be like, oh yeah, I want to make 100,000 a month or 1 million a month or 10,000 a month or whatever. But when you really break that down, it just comes like the next step is just making $1 via the internet. This new invention called the internet, and people make money through it from their laptops and phones, and I want to be one of those people. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, this distinction that it's like, if I can solve my money problems, I understand that if I make a whole bunch of money, it's not going to solve all my problems. It doesn't solve relationship problems, doesn't solve, building an attractive physique, uh, eating healthy. Like, it doesn't solve those problems. It doesn't solve the mindset problem, but it does solve the money problems. And so we can't discount that. So that appears to me right now to be the most, I don't know, pressing, if that's the right word, but it's the next thing to be solved. The next, the most, if it's solved, it will be the most impactful to my life substantially. So, and breaking that down just comes down to, don't overcomplicate it. Just make $1 from the internet. And so I think if I can make $1 from the internet in the next year, I gain the confidence of creating value, exchanging value, and attracting money through technology and the internet. If I can get to that point where I've made $1, the next step is no longer making $1, it is scaling that. And I think that will be potentially an easier jump than it is to go from 0 to 1. So that's my thought process right now. That's pretty much all I have to say. That was very interesting insight. Kind of like focusing in. Maybe it was already apparent to me, but just like clarifying that, I think was useful. So, anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.